Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 70 of Darwell20's Let's Play series. Everything that I built last episode seems pretty good to me so far. Seems like it's working really well, actually. Quite pleased with the whole setup here. That said, today we get to branch out into some of the more fun aspects of Pneumatic craft. Now that we've got the whole foundation in place for making cool stuff, we can start making cool stuff. So that said, we're going to need a few things. Number one, I'm going to want more air pressure capabilities. Specifically, some of the things I want to get, for example, the aerial interface has a max pressure of 20 bars, which is way more than the 5 bars of pressure that most of our machines can support making at this point. So for that, we're going to need some advanced compressors. And we've got advanced liquid compressors from Pneumatic craft. We've also got advanced air compressors, which is the solid-based ones, and then some advanced pressure tubes, all of which can support up to 20 bars of pressure. I wonder if I can just search for 20.0. Nah, that doesn't seem to work too well. Number, 20 points, $1, 25%. No, okay, just checking. So anyway, point being, we have some cool stuff to work on today. So my plan is this. I'm gonna have a separate system for now that's going to support the advanced bars of pressure, and then we'll see if we want to integrate our two systems together, right? I'm thinking we have like one system that's just, you know, sitting off here on the side, and like this will be like the high pressure area of my base, and anything that needs higher than 5 bars of pressure, like everything over here for the most part, like 5 bars or less, right? Very few things over here can support higher bars of pressure. The charging station is one of those things, but I will just move this over to the high pressure area and we'll be cool, right? I can just yoinks and see you later. Thanks, Chief. So let's get that going today. Sound cool? And there's some advancements that we're going to make along the way. So first off, let's look at the advanced liquid compressor. In order to make one of these, we're going to need a liquid compressor, which needs an air compressor, which is not too big of a deal. So we'll get those guys crafted up nice and quickly. And I'm going to go with just one for now, and then we'll see if we need a second one, right? And that should be fine. Cool. Also, I have my backpack in my inventory. We upgraded the pack, and there's like a little bit of a bug with one of the mods. I can't open my backpack right now. Well, maybe I can if I change the hotkey. We'll see. But there's a mod that's like hard coding the same hotkey I use for my backpack that I can't open my backpack with, which stinks. But that's okay. We are going to be surviving just fine, and we'll live. So let's set up over here. Maybe like this corner will be the power production line, and then anything along like this path here can be my high pressure area. So I'll start with just one advanced liquid compressor, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, so that should be cool. Now here's the deal with these. These guys are neat, but if the temperature gets too hot, they will become less effective. So heat's a problem with this block. You kind of want to keep things pretty cool. So let's start. I don't think this thing can support anything above 5. I don't know if the 5x5 can, but I might be wrong. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think that we need anything along those lines. I think what we want is to hook up some advanced compressors. And for the time being, I'll just get a charging station here ready to go. And then in addition to that, we'll get another one of these gauges, these sensors. So the pressure gauge tube module should be a good thing to have. So I'll just do you, and that'll be helpful. Now the other kind of compressor we could get if we wanted to would be the flux compressor. This guy's cool because he just turns redstone flux into energy, into air pressure, right? Into compressed air. So it's not, I want to try it without using this because I always use the flux compressor for things, and I'm sure we will use the flux compressor at some point. But let's go with the advanced liquid compressor because that's just a little bit different, though it's going to be also a little bit similar. So both similar and different. Similar in that I've done something like this before. Do I want to connect you guys up, or do I just want to have a separate system for liquid ethylene coming in here? Let's see. You were code 2, so that would be magenta dye. Okay, I should be able to make that happen pretty easily. Yeah, it looks like I can do that. So you, pink dye, magenta dye. There you go. Cool. And then I'll just get an ender tank. such that if I pull you and set you up here and apply my magenta dye, you should be the same level, and we got liquid ethylene there. Perfect. And then I'll do laser IO as well. So laser IO, I'm going to have a lot of problems with the lack of backpack. We need to update that mod super quick. Super quick. Not too big of a deal though. I'll manage. Where's my card holder? Perfect. And then my nodes. So on the up here, we're basically going to have U set to ethylene. And just like before, though, I'm going to make it 100 millibuckets is what we keep in stock. So that way we're not kind of wasting however big this tank is, right? This thing can hold 16 buckets. Why waste it? Okay. And then on the down here, you will be an extract. So now you should be keeping 100 of those going. Sweet. And let's make you a low signal, okay? And then let's take a look at how we can make this pressure tube gauge thing better. So notice he's detecting, and emitting a redstone signal, okay? Let's do that. And so what we're going to want to do here, I wonder, you know what I could do? Let's make you high for a sec. So you can see the temperature is increasing. We'll deal with the temperature problem in a moment. First thing I want to do is this. Can I move you like that? Oh, that's cool. Okay. So what if we instead put you here? Where in the world did that thing go? There it is. Okay. So you're going to go there. Now, something cool we can make is the module expansion card. This thing is super neat and can be used for a lot of modules. It basically unlocks extra configuration options within modules. So I'm going to go ahead and install this on my pressure gauge tube module. And this gives me a config for when I emit a signal. And you can see there's like an advanced config here. You can like modify all kinds of stuff. So with basic config, you can just say, hey, if you're above, let's say, 18 bars of pressure, emit a redstone signal. Okay. Then what I could have is just on the up, we will input redstone on channel white, right? And then over here on the up, we can input or we can output on channel white with a weak signal. Does that sound cool? I think that sounds cool. And then if we connect these two up, that should be good. So now if I set you to low again, you'll start running, right? You'll be producing pressure. And when we get up to a certain threshold, he should automatically turn off because we'll emit the redstone signal. It'll trigger the laser node and it'll turn this dude off and everybody will be happy. Does that sound cool? And if I wanted to, I could do the security upgrade. Might not be a terrible idea. I should really add this whole crafting chain because I make them so often that I should really just have them, but yeah. But always throwing a security upgrade in this would be a good thing. So now, temperature. That's a problem. So as temperature increases, this thing becomes less and less efficient. So we can see on warnings here, the compressor is running at suboptimal efficiency. And you can see the efficiency level is dropping as the temperature increases. So as our temperature rises, efficiency goes down and we're wasting fuel. So if that's a concern for you, consider throwing some heat sinks on this thing. I think that'll probably be the best approach. There's a few other things we could probably do as well. I'm going to throw one on the top there and see what happens. So does that start cooling things or does it like just heat up less? We're definitely losing temperature now, so that's good. That's what we want. We want to see this temperature go down. I'm cool with that. Yeah. If we can keep him below 50C, we'll be good. But I'm okay with 98% efficiency or whatever this thing, equalizes at. So even if it doesn't go below 50, I'll be fine. I think you can also like do some stuff with water or whatever, but I'm worried that it might evaporate. So now my concern now would be I could throw some speed upgrades in there if I wanted to. That will, of course, however, make temperature go up faster, right? Because speed upgrade equals running faster equals generating temperature faster. So we'll see how much pressure we need to maintain. But the temperature will drop when it's not running. So once we hit that 18 bars of pressure that we configured this guy for, he should stop producing, and that'll be fine. Okay. It's not terrible, right? So once we hit 18 bars right here, we should see this laser turn on. It just did. And that immediately cut off. Nice. Look at that. How cool is that? So it immediately cuts it off, and now this thing's no longer running. That's not bad. So then the real question will be, do we need those speed upgrades in order to keep our machine happy? We'll find out. I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. I don't know nothing. We gotta figure out what pressure cost is incurred for the machines that we want to run on a regular basis. And there's a few cool ones that I want to check out. Specifically, the number one thing I want to make is an aerial interface. This guy is super cool from what I recall. So in order to make this, we're going to need an omnidirectional hopper, which is a Pneumatic Craft special. But I'm going to go ahead and snag you, okay? And I'm just going to stick you right here for now. That sounds like a good place to live, okay? So you're going to use up some of the pressure, right, just existing. Do you need RF? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. And by attaching him, some of the air pressure went in here. So what does the aerial interface do? The aerial interface is a connection to the player. And you can integrate and interact with the player's inventory and storage and all kinds of other stuff using this block. So let me show you what I mean by that. Hey, look, linked with Darryl 20. That's me. Hello, me. I love seeing my name in places. Side configuration items. So that by default, the top is your armor slots. The front is your main inventory. The bottom is your armor slots. The left, right, and back are the main inventory. I wonder if anything is a hotbar here. So like if I did this, armor slots, offhand slot, ender inventory, unconnected, main inventory. All right, I was curious if hotbar had its own definition, but it doesn't. But that's okay. That's okay. Interface energy accepts forge energy, so basically RF stuff. And it's used to charge the player's items in their inventory. Okay, so if I didn't have wireless charging from Flux Networks, I'd be able to do that. You can also insert items into a player's inventory as well. Insert a dispenser upgrade to switch to interfacing food and experience. Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of cool. All right. What other upgrades are available? So dispenser allows interfacing of food and experience instead of items. Only food items will be accepted through the aerial interface. See the feed mode tab opposite for how the food is handled. If a suitable XP fluid is available, it can be pumped in and out of the aerial interface and will convert to or from player levels. See the interfacing XP. That's kind of neat. Wouldn't it be cool to be able to like keep myself at 100 levels whenever I'm doing enchanting? I like that idea. We should think about that. I think that would be neat. I think that would be super neato. That's a thing I don't want to forget exists. I remember that. I want to do that. Security upgrades, built-in safety valve, volume upgrades. So really the only one here is the dispenser upgrade that's going to mean anything for me. Not a problem. I think I'm going to bump this up, by the way, to 19.5 bars. That should allow me to generate just a little bit more pressure, making me feel a little bit better about how everything's played out. Cool? Perfect. All right. So, with the aerial interface, we can do things. So I want to do this. Here's what I'm thinking. I want to try it with laser IO first, because I know laser IO is going to support what I want to do. So let's just say I had a chest, right? For now, I'm going to demonstrate with a chest, but we will absolutely be doing this in a different way in a moment. Okay, so let's say we wanted to keep in this inventory here a specific amount of these guys, but I really wanted them to be 64. So keep a stack in my inventory at all times. Okay, but I think I want you to be stocking mode. So stock 64 items. And I want to regulate it so that if I have more than 64, it removes them. Okay? Is that cool? Cool. Okay. And let's throw you and you on there. Okay? And then on the down, we can have an insert card. I don't think I've done a lot with stocking mode in this series so far, but the gist of stocking mode is it will pull from any insert cards that it finds anywhere in the network. And one of the benefits is the ability to do regulate mode, which will mean, hey, if you have too much, just extract the overflow, right? So if I had 65, it would remove one and bring it down to 64. Okay, so check this out, right? If I throw some pulverized cobblestone into here, which I should have some of in here. Look at that. Huh. Well, would you look at that? How cool is that? You see what's happening in my inventory down here? So check this out. Boop, boop, boop. So it's regulating it, meaning if I ever have too much, it's pulling it back out and throwing it back into the chest here. And then the same deal here, right? I pick it up and it just poofs. How cool is that? Is that cool? So I can do all kinds of neat stuff with that. Yeah, that is super cool. So basically you can interface with your player's inventory and keep it happy with all kinds of cool stuff. Can I do like air pressure stuff here? I thought I could use this to fill up air things. So player connected, emit redstone when player connected. Got it. Okay. Huh. I thought there was a way to make this machine like refill the air in my player's stuff, but maybe I'm crazy. Pneumatic craft upgrade. I want to look at these. I'm going to read the book. There's a book here. Aerial interface. Oh, I see. Auto charging. By pointing a charging module at the aerial interface. So what I would want to do is take this guy and put him here. And that should, in theory, be pressurizing some of this stuff, maybe? What's on the front here? Side config front should be main inventory. So that should be pressurizing some main inventory things. Is that working? I don't know. Do I need a dispenser upgrade or something, you think? I also don't know. Is there anything else in here that takes pressure? 2.8 and 3.2 bars. I would think you guys would charge. But it might be... I might need a dispenser upgrade. We will find out. Hello, dispenser upgrade. Speed and volume. So I would like you to automatically charge my inventory stuff. Yeah, I hear you, creature. By pointing a charging module at the aerial interface. Is that what this thing's called? That's a charging station. Charging from Pneumatic craft. There's a charging upgrade. That's not what we want, though. Charging module. Oh, this is a charging module. My bad. Oh, I need 4 charging stations? Goodness. Two, 3, 4. And then I can make a charging module. I see what that is. Okay. So the side. So if I did something like this. Yes, I agree. That is the wrong pressure tube. But I need you to, like, face the right way. Yeah, we're wasting a lot of air pressure by doing that. You know what I could do? Aha! Now can I sneak a module on here? Not really. I gotta figure out how to get these modules to connect correctly. Because, like, my instinct is we should break this block. But that is not the right way to go about this, for sure. Right? If I broke the block, I'd be able to have the charging module connected on. Yeah. Because it says point the charging module at the block. So I think what I need to do, let's break it. Why not? And then I can remove you. If I put this here and then put the charging module on it, you know what I'm going to do while I'm at it? I'm going to put this here too. This is an advanced tube, right? And I want the charging module on the bottom. Because I want 2 charging modules, I think. Right? So start 1, 2, and then 1 more. Not terrible. And then another charging module that faces. If I shift, I think it goes down. Maybe that's the trick. Do you think I can do it that way? Maybe. Now I need to just test this, right? So if I did this and I shifted, see now it, well, nope. It does not want to do it. There's probably a trick that I just don't understand. All right, so then you go there, and you go there, and now he should be able to charge my stuff. Is that cool? Once he gets to a sufficient level of charge, which he's getting to, slowly but surely. I think he has to be at 10 before he can do anything, but then we'll be fine. Yeah, needs to be at least 10. So you definitely need to have, you know, a decent thing here. I could speed this up a little bit if I wanted to, which I do, because dire impatience is well known in the industry. Hey, look, my pneumatic wrench is charging. Cool. So, the sidedness, the left side is your main inventory and the top is the armor slots. So if you're wearing armor that can accept pressure, which is, it's going to happen, well, that'll be cool. Ow. Hot things are hot. Hot heat sinks are hot. Yeah, and we're at 56% efficiency at the moment. So be aware. Be aware. Okay, cool. So how cool is that? I really like that. So instead of this being a chest, it can be an interface from AE, right? All right, so real quick off camera here, I went ahead and changed this out to an ME interface that keeps a full stack of pulverized cobble available. So now literally, whenever I don't have cobble in my inventory, it will be refilled. Just immediately, boom. And then anytime we get more, it'll be dropped right back into there. Now, in fairness, I do have this stuff in this pocket storage guy, which I'm going to remove for now, so that we don't have to worry about it. That should be smart. Okay. Now, the only other problem is I don't know if I can make it always go into slot 5, which is kind of where, but we can deal with that at some point in the future. I think it's fine the way it is. So now, like my Amadron tablet, for example, fully recharged, my pneumatic wrench fully recharged. Let's talk about pneumatic armor, because there's some cool stuff going on there. So let's get some. I'm gonna hook this up. So pneumatic armor is pretty fun, and I'm gonna like start making it today, and then we'll probably explore it a little bit more tomorrow. So we're gonna want like a bunch of air canisters, like 7, 14, and 4 more. So 18 air canisters, plus the 4 that I've got. Sweet. Okay, so let's start with the boots, because I already apparently have a pair of feathery compressed iron boots of the fox. Neat. Does that carry over? No, it doesn't. That's okay. That's not a surprise. And now that should be charging, or maybe not. Yes, it is. Sweet. Okay, cool. So already charging those guys up. Nice. And then we'll get a pneumatic chest plate, which is just some compressed iron, so not a big deal there. Cool. And then that'll start getting charged. Let's get the leggings. That shouldn't be too big of a deal. Loving it. And then finally, the helmet. Sweet. Okay. Great. So now I've got a full set of this armor. So again, I need to do something with regards to disenchanting armor and also swapping armor, which is something I might play with in the next couple episodes. But for now, let's just, you know, remove it and equip. Very Iron Man-esque, right? Super cool. Super cool. All right. So what's all kinds of cool? Press U for armor setup. Oh, hello. Very nice. You can move panels around. You can set hotkeys, change colors, core components. Fall protection is enabled. Step assist is enabled. So by default, this armor does step assist and fall protection, and that's about it. And it looks super cool. Very Iron Man-y. Very Iron Man. I'm just saying. What we can do with it, though, is even cooler, because we can apply upgrades here. So if I go into manage upgrades for the pneumatic helmet, you will see there are quite a lot of upgrades available for this thing. Like, a ridiculous amount, okay? And each upgrade will use air pressure to pressurize and do cool things, right? So like space breathing upgrades can breathe and add Astra dimensions, require oxygen cannon inventory. Radiation shielding upgrade protects against radiation from other mods such as mechanism. Volume upgrades increases the amount of air. Armor upgrade. Max armor upgrades add a small amount of armor protection to the armor. 2 upgrades will bring the armor level to diamond. The maximum number of upgrades offers excellent protection. So by default, it looks like 4 is the max that can go into the helmet. Coordinate tracker allows you to track coordinates in the world. Entity trackers. With entity tracker upgrade, the helmet is able to track any living entity within 16 blocks. Those entities don't have to be visible, making this upgrade a perfect way of preventing creepers from sneaking up on you. How cool is that? Ender visor. Activate this to make it safe to look at Endermen. They'll no longer be able to tell you're looking at them. No. Item search upgrade. Allows you to search for a specific item, for example, in your base. Creative supply upgrade. I assume that requires creative mode. You can't craft those more than likely. Speed upgrades. The helmet will initialize its systems faster when equipped and lock onto blocks and entities faster with the block tracker or entity upgrade. Gilded upgrade. I assume that's for piglins. Security upgrade. Hack various blocks and entities in the world. I think that plays probably more of a role in multiplayer. But we could also try it out. Yeah, it sounds cool. We should explore that. Block tracker, it lets you look for specific blocks. We'll be able to track chests, mob spawners, furnaces, silver shift blocks, tripwires, dispensers, TNT, and end portal blocks within blocks of 30 range. So dungeons and fortresses are easily found. That's cool. We should get one of these and try it out. Item life upgrade, slowly auto repair at the cost of air. I think we want that. So there's 9 upgrade slots. So basically, like, we need to figure out like which upgrade slots we want. Yeah, that should be cool. Night vision upgrade, range upgrade, scuba upgrade. I think this increases, block and entity tracker. So let's get that block and entity tracker upgrades. And that's just the helmet. There's a lot of upgrades available for the other armor pieces as well. So block tracker upgrade needs fermented spider eyes. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Boom. And then entity tracker upgrade also needs a fermented spider eye. So also not too much of a problem. And having these upgrades installed requires air pressure to use, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and re-equip that now. And now we're initializing it. Block tracker upgrade installed. Entity tracker installed. You can see it on the left. A lot of other things are not installed, obviously. We haven't gotten there yet. But now we should be cool. And if we hit U for our armor setup, enable entity tracking panel, which you can also bind to a hotkey. That's cool. Tracked entities. So see it over on the right there? That's cool. That is super cool. Okay. And then block tracker, we can enable different components of the block tracker. So I want to see mob spawners. Sure. Inventories, that should be cool. So inventory is enabled. Is block tracker enable block tracker? There we go. Block tracker enabled. Look at that. How cool is that, huh? So now there's a lot of noise, obviously, because I'm like in my base. But you can see like, hey, there's something over there. And if I look at it, you can see it says acquiring target. And we can see it's a chest and it's empty. That is super cool, right? And we can use this like, let's get rid of miscellaneous blocks and see what that does. So that cut down on some things. ME interface empty, pressure chamber interface, right? Maybe it's hackables that everything is super bright on. Maybe not. It's probably just inventories. I'm sure these count as inventories. Yeah, see, they shut down now. So if I enable on inventories again, it will start tracking inventories. So, like, if you're out and about in the world and near a dungeon or whatever, you know, you'll see an inventory highlight and you'll be like, hey, what's that inventory about? Right? Like, so there's one right down there. What is this? I have no idea. Loot chest. See? Look, it already paid off. It already paid off. We just found a loot chest with stuff in it. How cool is that? Huh? How cool is that? I like it. I think that's super cool. Notice I'm also breathing underwater. Because remember, we installed the thing that pushes air pressure into the top of the aerial interface, which presents the breathing. Water breathing. Right? Which is power, therefore, this is something that allows us to transfer this air when necessary, right? At a cost of 80 milliliters per tick, you can breathe indefinitely underwater. Huh? How cool is that? Right? So, like, we're flying around, we're, like, you know, checking stuff out, and, you know, with a little bit of luck, Deepling is targeting me. Who's that? Oh, what are you, Deepling? Look at that. Ouch! Bro. Not friendly. What are you? Cataclysm mob. Alright, see? Already helping. Not only does it, like, track entities for us, right? And we can totally move that somehow, I'm sure. I need to figure out how. Move stat panel. So tracked entities, I think we can block tracker, left click, and right click, move the highlighted stat. Stat expands to the left, middle click to toggle. So here's tracked blocks. Not sure why I can't move tracked entities. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because we're in block tracker? Yeah. Entity tracker, move stat panel. Now we can move tracked entities. See? See how cool that is? That is cool. Okay. Core components. Neat. Move stat panel. That would be you. Let's put you down over here. Now, we probably don't need that because we're going to basically always have them kept up, right? But basically, each one of these buttons here chooses, like, you know, the settings. So, like, for the block tracker, I can move that over here, and you get the idea, right? That's super cool. What's up, Dolphin? How's it going? It's neat, right? And once you acquire the target, by the way, you can see stats about them, presumably. So health, distance, you know, other things. See it on the right there? Popping up. And that's like only a few. Zombies are targeting me. Dun 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 dun. See, they're highlighting in red because they're targeting me. Lost target. Boom. Health 4%. See ya, zombie. Alright, so how cool is that stuff? Right? Isn't that super cool? I really like the pneumatic craft armor. It's always been, like, super neat to me. Now, that said, we should probably disable block tracker when we're in our base. Probably not a bad idea. Hey, look, you're an entity, so it counts. It's an entity. It counts, right? And you can enable hotkeys for that. See how it says bound? It's not bound to a hotkey. So if you want a hotkey that turns on and off the block tracker, you can. Now, there's three other pieces of armor that we can look at, and there's tons of other upgrades. So how about we wrap up here, come back next episode, play with some pneumatic craft upgrades, and then look at a potential... I want to see about the disenchanting. If I can rip all these enchants off this into one book, that would be cool. However, we're going to have to do that in pneumatic craft. So, wrapping up point, I'll 20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.